but let's get you details of the latest showdown between China and America. This is over House Speaker of the United States, Nancy Pelosi's reported visit to Taiwan. China has sent out a very strong warning to America, saying don't play with fire. It's still not clear, however, if Pelosi will be visiting Taiwan or not. But China, nonetheless, has sent across a warning to U.S. China has said that the visit will interfere with China's internal affairs and will result in serious consequences for America. In a show of strength, Beijing even held military drills in the Taiwan Strait. China has claimed that its military would never sit idly if Pelosi were to visit the island. The strained U.S. relations have reached a new low over this contentious trip to the island nation. Let me again reiterate that there's no confirmation whether Pelosi is going there. She is supposed to officially, however, visit Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, ending the trip with a visit to Japan. And amid this itinerary, it's suspected that she could be making her way to Taiwan as well. After China didn't mince its words, saying don't play with fire in a clear, direct warning to the United States, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also in fact responded, saying that he expects China to act responsibly if Nancy Pelosi does in fact decide to visit Taiwan. China warned of resolute and strong measures if the speaker arrived in Taiwan, but the White House has sought to ensure Beijing that there's no reason to come to blows over a visit from Pelosi and that it would not signal any change in U.S. policy. Let's play out for you exactly what Blinken had to say.
Speakers visited Taiwan. Many members of Congress go to Taiwan, including this year. And so if the speaker does decide to visit and China tries to create some kind of crisis or otherwise escalate tensions, that would be entirely on Beijing. We are looking for them, in the event she decides to visit, to act responsibly and not to engage in any escalation.
All right, what really does this mean for U.S.-China ties? Let's take this across to our Foreign Affairs Editor, Geeta Mohan, for more details on this. Geeta, what's the messaging that America is trying to send across when there's, all of this talk and reports that Nancy Pelosi will touch down in Taiwan? China clearly isn't taking it lying down. They've sent across perhaps their strongest warning yet to America.
Well, this is one of the most significant statements, so to say, in the form of a visit by the United States of America. The U.S. has always been very careful, Akshita, when it comes to China, Taiwan and China's One China policy. Adhering to the One China policy, they've been careful in what they do and how they move with regards to Taiwan. So a very difficult situation over here, but it seems like the U.S. sending out a very strong message to China with Nancy Pelosi's Southeast Asia visit, which will include Taiwan, is what is being said. She, in all probability, will be there Tuesday evening and will hold meetings through Wednesday. And if that is the case, there could be some serious movements by the Chinese in the Taiwan Strait. And if that happens, will the United States of America consider a direct threat? Will the Chinese really move in their jets the way they do, violating Taiwanese airspace? Is something that we'll have to wait and see. Again, a lot of voice trickling in. But Akshita, this is certainly a huge concern when it comes to the security angle. But Pelosi and the U.S. administration have made it very clear that they are going to continue with the visit and stand with Taiwan. So the red line, so to say, that China had drawn will be breached. And should it be breached, there are going to be consequences when it comes to U.S.-China ties. And how is China going to react is certainly something that will have to be seen.
Okay, Geeta, thank you very much for joining us with all of those details.